Okay. What is it? But the video's not lagging.
What?
But the video's not lagging.
The video's not lagging. It's gonna be the audio.
Yeah.
You could try to go back to CPS and see if that changes anything. The audio is much better.
Wait, let's try at halftime.
Yeah, I think I have to.
28. Okay. Could you come get it, Pearson? Could you get it? Okay.
You're still connected, right?
Yeah.
Just tell me what the code is.
Oh,
you already good?
yeah, I'm already in. It says I'm already in.
What is what?
That's the camera.
We're just gonna switch it. We're just gonna. We're gonna go in here. Yeah,
Is that okay?
what? I think those are the refs. And then I'll go find out. Just look outside. There should be some outside. Alright, so we just need someone on camera. That's the main thing. Because just pan it back and forth, so we'll see what she wants to do.
Just like adjust this like back.
Yeah, just back and forth. So it's up to you. How strongly do you feel about what's it called? Basketball. Are you a basketball expert?
I wouldn't say that, but did you mind
What?
Did you get mine?
Yeah, I got yours to work as the mic. So now I just need to say, can you?
Mine's getting some batteries soon.
I can switch. Hopefully, the phone doesn't die. I mean, it is.
What's yours at?
It's at 60, so it should be fine.
If yours does start getting a lot of like,
Yeah, it's fine as long as you can get here. Ryan, can you read to me what those numbers are? 172, 2010, 8. Okay. We're gonna need to bring this up there. All right, so who's doing camera? For the rest
I
of
can
it?
do commentary.
It's up to y'all.
Should I do camera then?
Are you fine with that?
Yeah, do I just like go back and forth depending on where they are?
Yeah. It's pretty
You
straightforward.
really only have to do like 2 places because like it's either because like each basket barely gets in. So
Okay.
okay, I'll go up there then. Do I just like
Yeah, just put the stand's already set up, so all you have to do
so
is
like what do I like? Do I just like so I tilt it like it's on the stand and I tilt it like back?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The stand should already be set up, hopefully. Oh, okay.
Is the mic on, Pearson? Can we actually switch?
All right, so we are back. A little bit of technical difficulties in terms of the mic. We didn't have enough people here, but we hope you enjoyed the silent video. Northside's currently up 29-18. It's going to be me and Ellis again on NCP TV. Welcome back from halftime. And then thanks to Dubek here on camera. So here was 6:48 in the third quarter. Northside has a pretty solid lead. What do you think? I mean, what have been your views today so far this game?
I think Northside's played really well. Here they've really been able to limit Alcott on offense. Alcott's also really struggled to hit their shots today. They've really only had easy layups as Steven Tran misses the 3. But they've been forcing Alcott to really have to work these rebounds, especially right in the paint there. And they've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, 100%, Alice. I'd say number 35 for Alcott, that's Christian C. I mean, he's a really tall dude. He's 6'4", I think they said, but he hasn't really had a presence this game. I mean, yeah, he has the size advantage, but he's been missing pretty easy open looks, and Northside's been taking advantage of that and getting Steve's back on the ball.
As here's another takeaway for Northside. Here comes Sterniuk to the rim. He drives, misses, and a putback there by Steven Tran. Northside extends their lead.
Yeah, I mean, Steven Tran, obviously, seniors on this team starting, as we said, the starting lineups out here again, Kevin Adu, Steven Tran, John Brody, Owen Amir Arjamad. I mean, all of them are the true leaders on this team, and you can tell they're leading by example. I'd also say it's good to see some other guys out there today as well. I mean, with a sizable lead, you can do that. So you see, Esteban Vargas out there, Charlie Fisher out there, more seniors. You can see the seniors are really taking a big role on the squad here, and I think so far it's working. I see a 3-game win streak going into this game, and you got to hope they can keep that up.
Northside's home performance has definitely been big for them. What have you seen so far this season that makes you think that they're going to keep doing this?
I mean, I'd like to say it's because we're here, but more realistically, I think it's just they've really appreciated the fan support. I think this year, more than maybe in past years, they've done a good job, or in terms of just all clubs at Northside, have done a really good job of getting fan presence, getting people to be excited. And so I think that's been a big part, because having that there and being comfortable in your own house is something that's crucial. I mean, home games are the games that you need to be winning throughout the season, especially as they start going against harder teams. I mean, I know we were talking about last game, but I mean, they have games coming up in conference against Vaughan and Amundsen, who have very strong, very tall teams. And so you got to think that Northside has to use their home advantage in these games right now and then going into January.
As John Brody there nails the three, Northside now leads 34-19.
And yeah, again, as we were saying in the women's game a while ago, I think it was against Westinghouse, it's really just about keeping that momentum, keeping going throughout the game. Even though they have such a sizable lead, you also can't give up. I mean, again, like I said, C has that size advantage for Alcott. They have players who have grit, but at the same time, as long as they keep getting these takeaways, they should be good.
Here's Sterniak, and he hits the layup off the glass. Nice finish there. Northside with another takeover right after Alcott transition. Here comes Alcott, and it's almost taken away yet again. Instead, Alcott will go down the other end, driving into the paint. The layup is no good.
Great
Kevin Adu rebounds for sure.
Yeah.
Here comes Adu to the other end. Adu drives, and his shot blocked. Gets his own rebound, though, trying to look for an outlet. He can't find one. Will step out of bounds, but I think Northside are going to retain possession.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Adu right there, that's a great play. Going end to end, getting the good defense, and then going down, and here's John Brody.
Brody, no good.
And yeah,
Here's
and
Adu.
another rebound. Adu leads all players rebounds this game. He already has 12. So that's been a big part of Stephen Tran.
And that won't fall, but Sterniak another rebound off the glass once again, no good. And Alcott finally bring the ball down the other way, wide open layup, and it's good.
It's Martin Loss right there. Yes, I mean, they have two seniors starting. Like I said, Christian Steen and 23 Martin Loss. They're the players who've been playing the hardest this game, but it hasn't really made a difference so far.
Northside and Alcott have already met this season. In that game, Northside took care of business quite handily. I think it was a pretty high-scoring game, too.
That was that tournament a couple weeks ago over the Thanksgiving break. But yeah, I mean, Northside pretty much, they felt pretty confident going into this game. Obviously, a few missing players here today. Derek David's out sick today. He has a viral infection. And Will Moran has a sprained ankle, so you can see them on the sideline.
And then Owen Estep is also hurt today, too.
Yeah, so you have some key players there who've been eating a lot of minutes for this team out. But even so, Derek told me before today's game that they felt really confident going into this week to continue that momentum they took for the weekend from the weekdays last week here at Northside.
And are there more challenges with playing a team a second time in a season? Like, what do you need to change going into that second matchup?
I mean, honestly, the thing is just not getting too cocky. I mean, yes, Northside has looked the better team in both matchups, but you got to keep in mind the fact that they're playing just as hard. They want this game just as much. And you got to think that their coach has done a few different things for them today, and Northside's adapted pretty well. So,
as here's Kevin Adu on the top of the key. Adu yelling out instructions. Northside trying to get a play organized. Tran into the lane. He lays it up, and it's in. Really nice finish there from Stephen Tran.
And you like to see a little bit of being the field general there for Kevin Adu.
Oh. And Adu there, he touched the rim with the ball. He seems to be a little bit shaken up. We hope he's okay, as he'll get up a little bit gingerly. Quite the play there. He really drove to the rack and almost had a highlight reel play.
Yeah, you got to think he was looking for the poster there. I mean, we all would like to see it. It looks like he's having his ribs a little bit. We hope that those aren't broken, but likely we're going to see someone sub in for Northside. And they called a charge, actually, against the dude there. So good play there. I think that was
number 21 for Alcott.
Yeah, that's Ezra Bader. So yeah, that was a good play to draw that charge. Got a feel for Kevin a little bit. I mean, that has to not feel good. But
Adu grimacing in pain just a little bit as Jack Mullins will check into the game for him.
And yeah, Jack Mullins, we saw a couple games ago. He was very key for their team in the absence of some players. And so it's good to see him get back on and get some minutes again.
As Alcott bring it up the other way and trying to keep possession, they do. Here's the mid-range jumper, no good, rattles in and out. Stephen Tran with the rebound, and Northside can drive the other way. Here's Brody for three, no good. Mullins will rebound. Northside's offensive rebounding has really helped them out today.
Yeah, I'd say the two key stats today have been rebounds, both on the offensive and defensive boards, and then especially steals. I think that's the key for them today, to keep possession, maintain. That's another good effort by Jack Mullins there.
As Tran's triple was no good, and Alcott will keep possession here.
Yeah, I mean, it's defense. I think in a lot of these games when they're mismatched in size a little bit, like we talked about Christian C already, just being that much taller, it's just about playing good defense, locking them down. And that's an air ball there. That's number 5. That's Arion.
As Sterniak rebounds, Sterniak driving and gives it to Owen Amir Arjamand. Arjamand's layup is no good. He was a little bit behind the basket. Back out to the top of the key here. Stephen Tran will reset the play for Northside. Here's John Brody. Brody to Amir Arjamand. Amir Arjamand's 3 won't go. And rebounded. And Alcott will bring the ball away.
Here's Martin Laus bring it down with the mid-range.
Laus's mid-range is no good. Stephen Tran has the ball now.
Yeah, and you like to see Stephen Tran kind of slowing the team down a little bit.
That time he chose to speed up, but
yeah, I mean, it always seems to contradict what we're trying to say here, but overall...
Commentators curse.
Yeah. But with 2 minutes, 31 seconds left in this game, or in this quarter, I mean, I'd say that Northside's been in pretty good position right here. You also like to see the support from the cheer squad. At halftime, they had a new routine that they're practicing. Obviously, they're 3 times in a row city champions. And that routine looked to match up to the ones they've had in past years. So it's exciting to see that as well. And I think that support may also be one of the factors in helping them in home games.
And they're going to call a foul there on Jack Mullins. Mullins, that'll be his first personal foul. Alcott will get a chance to inbound the ball once again here. They're going to have to start scoring in a hurry if they want to come back into this game. Back out to the top of the key. Here's number 2. He'll drive, and his layup goes out of bounds. Northside will get the ball.
And one thing Northside has to be careful of is, obviously, with 5 fouls already, only 1 foul away from the bonus. So you got to keep in mind, even with these steals, don't get reach-ins. That's the type of thing that can give games away, even this far ahead. So you just got to stay disciplined, like that, for example.
Yep. Another turnover for Alcott, and another easy bucket for John Brody. You've got to say a lot of Northside shots have been within 2 feet of the basket after silly turnovers from Alcott.
I mean, it's been a tale of 2 completely different teams. One Northside team has been very aggressive on defense, and yeah, that's a reach and foul for Steven. That's what we're talking about. So Northside, or Alcott rather, will enter the bonus here, which means any future fouls for Northside will send them to the line.
I think that might be Tran's 4th foul. The bench was signaling he's in a little bit of foul trouble here.
I mean, obviously, Steven Trans, I mean, they're key player for most games. Him, John Brody, kind of leading the way for this team. So you got that they just got both for this game and in future things, because obviously IHSA rules, the more fouls you get, it impacts how much you can play next games. So they have to keep that in mind as well, especially being so far ahead.
First free throw misses. That was
Julian Berman. Yeah, so
Berman here hasn't seen too much action this game as he goes to the line for his 2nd free throw. And it's no good. Alcott trailing big here, 22 points with just under 2 minutes left to play in this 3rd quarter. And John Brody's pass is a little bit too strong there for Matthew Sterniak to handle. And Northside turned it over.
And yeah, those are the things. You can't let the script flip, right? Northside's thing has been about steals, playing good defense, being disciplined, making the right passes. They just have to keep doing that. And honestly, they can take their time here. I mean, they're up by more than 20 points. So really what they have to do is just stay disciplined, stay controlled, and honestly just let Alcott make the mistakes come to them.
As here's the fast break, and that's going to be put back there for the bucket.
That's Berman right there.
Yep, Berman once again. He's had their last 3 points. Here's John Brody. Brody to Tran. Back to Brody. Back to the top of the key here. Amir Arjamand, his 3 in and out. Sterniak yet another offensive rebound. What has Matthew Sterniak done for the team so far as he hits another shot?
I mean, he's, as a junior, obviously, he's kind of the future of this team, and he's proved it. I mean, his rebounding has been great. His presence in the key, just being there to disrupt them a little bit, get off the rhythm, that's been the key for him today, and I think it's really helped the Mustangs.
And you got to say, both his athleticism and his size have both really helped him as he's able to compete in the paint for boards as Amir Arjamand nails the triple.
Yeah, you gotta feel like he needed that one. A few missed ones, but now he's back in rhythm. That's good to see.
He's had a little bit of a quiet night so far as Steven Tran has really helped to pace the team with his scoring, as well as John Brody and Sterniak really has been the outstanding player for the Mustangs.
And that's a sick team foul for Northside right there. That's going to send number 24. That's Brandon Machstra, I think.
No,
that's number 2. That's... Sorry, I kind of just have a weird score sheet here. It's Jelani Crawford, actually.
Crawford will shoot 2 free throws here. His first free throw misses.
And so Alcott has their entire starting lineup here, besides actually Jelani Crawford. He's in for Ezra Bader. And yeah, so goes Ezra Bader. Checks come in. Honestly, there's some players who are missing here. We look at the bench, there's more players than we have listed. But we're trying our best here. Obviously, the main things that we know are Northside players. But yeah, that's 2 free throws made for Alcott.
And the clock didn't quite start, so they're going to have to run that right back again. 48-24, Northside leads. They've been able to stretch the lead out just a little bit. After a fairly close first quarter, in the second quarter, they were able to really assert their prowess as a pretty good team this season. But looking for a 4th home game in a row, 4th home win in a row. Apologies. Jack Mullins here. He'll shoot the wide open 3, and it's up and off the rim. Alcott will have the ball.
And Ellis, I think that actually hit the cable. That's kind of unlucky right there.
Yep.
But
I was going to stay in bounds if it didn't hit the cable, I think, and Northside would have had a chance for another offensive rebound. And it's going to be a foul on Mullins. It looked like he had a chance to get in a pretty clean block up, but the ref said that he got a little bit of his opponent's hand, as it'll be number 23 once again to shoot free throws.
And yeah, so 23, that's Ezra Bader. He's been pretty key for them today. So he's kind of been driving the lane. Him and Julian Berman have been key for Alcott, but obviously it hasn't really made the difference here. But they have made some good shots from the line. They've been getting to the line, so that's a positive thing they can take away. And I think that's something that Northside could also use in the future if they face Alcott once again, to just kind of force them to make those layups that they've been missing without fouling.
And Pearson, it seems like, as Alcott get the offensive rebounds, and it's rebounded once again by Matthew Sterniak. Pearson, it seems like Northside has tried to push the tempo a little bit more. In the past, they tried to go a little bit slower. As Mullins 3, it's good. Nailed 3. Nice shot.
Again, I mean, all of the players kind of even getting involved here for Northside, and you love to see it. I mean, at this point,
Sterniak, another takeaway. Mullins, easy layup is good. 28 points now is the lead, and Northside really starting to run away with this one. Northside's bench telling their players to stay disciplined. Despite their big lead, Northside trying to play hard and not give up any fouls. Amir Arjumand going long. They're trying a little bit of something different, and that's going to be a takeaway. But Northside get it right back. It's Tran. Oh, it's in and out. Tried to beat the third quarter buzzer. Not quite. I think they might have called a travel.
Yeah, that basket would be no good anyway, so no need to worry about that, but would have been cool in either way. So Northside's up 53-25 going into the fourth quarter. I mean, barring something catastrophic, I can't really see Northside giving this one a game. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what Northside decide to do with their lineups here, as they left their starters in, as did Alcott for most of the third quarter. But you got to think that the strategy might change a little bit, especially as they've been dealing with some injury problems.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of the younger guys in, maybe some of the guys coming up from JV to replace Will and Owen when they're injured. So I think hopefully we can get to see some new faces here.
I'm not sure that they did call anybody up from JV today to replace their injured guys, but just starting some of their, especially their bigs, because a lot of their guards are hurt today, so they're going to have to go with a little bit of a larger lineup.
Yeah, I think like the likes of Felix Lewinsky, Charlie Fisher, like we mentioned before. Maybe you get Esteban and Vargas back in. Just give some, and also just that gives their starters a break as well. I mean, obviously they're coming back on Wednesday. We'll be here 5 o'clock start once again. But yeah, sorry we weren't really having commentary, but when we don't have the manpower, we just hope to get any stream up for y'all. And so we're glad to be back.
Pearson, what do you think the coaches are telling their teams in the huddle right now?
I mean, I think it's kind of really, for Northside, it has to be, I feel like the big key was about sportsmanship here. I mean, being up by more than 25 points, yeah, you want some of your newer players in, some the faces that don't really get minutes usually. At the same time, when you're up by this much, you shouldn't be doing anything flashy. You shouldn't be doing anything that is like potentially dangerous. And then from Alcott's side, you got to think that they just want to play out these 8 minutes as strongly as possible, because going into their next games in the conference that they are in, to hopefully bring some momentum, if any, into the next game.
As Northside come out of the timeout, they're going to bring in some subs. They're going to bring in Felix Latwinski, and I think that's Charlie Fisher, as well as Jacob Waslou. Alcott leaving most of their starters as they're a little bit desperate to try to get back into this game, as the 3-ball is no good. Rebounded by Waslou. Waslou gives it to Mullins, and Mullins throwing it the other way. Here's Esteban Vargas. Esteban Vargas just checking into the game. He hasn't seen as many minutes as he had earlier in the season, but Northside have gone with a little bit of a larger lineup. As that shot misses, and the transition layup is off the glass. Vargas comes away with it, gives it right back to Alcott, and a lot of turnovers to start this third quarter.
Yeah, I mean,
as that layup is good by number 34 on Alcott.
when I talk about sportsmanship here, it still doesn't mean that you shouldn't play hard. I think they're going to get into a rhythm here, obviously being kind of used to each other in terms of the second unit. I think that they're just trying to get the flow back. But again, with such a big cushion, it should be more about, there's a turnover there from that sloppy from Charlie, but hopefully he can.
And they're going to call it travel there, so Northside gets the ball right back. I think every possession this quarter has been a turnover.
Yeah, so both teams kind of starting out undisciplined. Obviously, it's good to see Northside holding their own against Alcott starters, hopefully. And it's also good to see Charles Fisher. They're kind of getting back after that turnover to kind of get that ball back and play good defense and force that travel.
Here's Mullins. Mullins is playing as their point guard here, as Esteban Vargas has taken a little bit more of a role as a shooting guard. And then they have a couple guys in the paint here. Here's Linsky, Wasalou, and back to Vargas. Vargas here defended closely, trying to find some space to run a play for his teammates to have a chance. In there, and right back out to Vargas. Vargas trying to find help. Here's Mullins. Mullins wide open three, and it rolls in and out. Rebound there by Lewinsky. Wouldn't quite fall. And Lewinsky gets a steal, and Alcott takes it right back. And then now it's tipped by Wasalou. The ball is going all over the place here. Yeah, that was. And the Euro step finishes.
Yeah, so right there, that's kind of where you see some of that inexperience. I mean, obviously, Lewinsky comes in as a...
I think that was Fisher who grabbed the net.
Yes, I mean, honestly, that, for me, I don't think that shot was going in. You never know, but, I mean, that's the type of mistake that you just have to limit. I mean, when you're out here as the second unit, you want to prove yourself, and obviously, a lot of these players are the future of this team, with a couple of seniors who are hoping to get some minutes in their final season. So it's good to see them still, not just keep playing, keep pushing.
Into Mullins, and there's a good layup. First points of the quarter for the Mustangs.
And again, the overall theme we've been seeing here today is rebounding. I'd say for all of their players, it seems like everyone's really hustling. I think their hustle game has been great. They've had a lot of grit, and that's helped them. That's a block right there from Jacob Waslou.
Really nice from Waslou there, and they rolled a clean block here. Pearson, how do you think some of this rebounding is going to affect the Mustangs when they do go into conference play and play some of these teams with a really, really big lineup?
I mean, I think it's going to be huge, right? I mean, for rebounding, right, the height advantage automatically gives you something that's just way better than what Northside has. But if they have the better hustle, if they have more, grit, they want it more, they want those rebounds, they're really fighting. As we've seen here, even with 35 for Alcott's Christian C, even though he's way taller than most of Northside's players, Northside has been rebounding over him because of the fact that it's basically more of just a wanting thing. It's if you want those rebounds, that's going to help you. If you want those steals, you're going to get it. And playing that good defense sets the tempo. It sets a kind of mood for this team that you hope that they can take. They want to be a gritty team, almost like a working class, gritty type thing. And you got to think that they're doing that so far.
Mullins has it tipped out of bounds. He'll retain possession. Jack Mullins here. He plays the biggest role of any sophomore for Northside's varsity team.
Yeah, in the past we've seen Mullins and Will Moran coming in, eating a lot of minutes in the second unit. But Mullins is going to take almost all those minutes now that Will Moran is out for the foreseeable future, at least for the next week or two.
And in this game, especially with Derek David out, Mullins has seen an especially increased role and has sort of become their de facto sixth man. As Wassel drives into the paint. His driving layup is good. Wassel has provided a nice spark off the bench for Northside tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's looked great. Out of all the seniors we've seen so far today, he's really... And again, right there, maybe commentators curse, but he's been playing really well, and you love to see that there. Again, like, I mean, maybe I'm a little biased as a senior myself, but just seeing seniors out there getting minutes is really good to see. And especially being leaders, even if it's not being a starter, there's certain ways, even just leading by example in the second unit is something that's good to see for some of these younger players, like the sophomores we've talked about. Just being able to be there, like even with less minutes, to be able to be there and be respected and be respectful, I think that's really important.
As the first free throw is good. Alcott hit 30 points here. Northside leads 57-30 as Christian C will check out of the game. Number 35 for Alcott. He's their starting center.
And here's Brandon Marvia. His second free throw. Both are good.
Marvia here. We hadn't seen him too much earlier in the quarter, and that's going to be Northside ball there. Good hustles, though. You got to say, Alcott's, while they haven't shown a whole lot of fight tonight, they have, over the last couple minutes, increased a little bit of that wanting to win this game, though it's obviously out of reach by now. As here's Esteban Vargas. Vargas, closely defended, looking for options, almost had it taken away, finds an outlet. And here's Wassel at the top of the key, the senior power forward here, number 15. Slewinski, Wassel, Jack Mullins, number 0 for Northside.
Look out for Vargas in the corner.
Vargas goes back to the top of the key, trying to find some space there.
And Northside will retain position right there. And yeah, I mean, you love to see just like keep going, keep playing hard. Again, like we've mentioned, they're playing hard, but you can also tell they're taking it at a much slower pace than the starters were throughout this game, and I think that's a good thing, both in terms of they're learning and getting that experience, but also in the sense that up so much you don't want to be making stupid mistakes that could somehow let them back into this game.
And I think you see that Northside have two types of offense in this game. They've had some of that more fast break stuff, and they also showed that they can score on plays that are a little bit more slow and set up where, you know, you've got the point guard running to the top of the key. I think like tonight they've obviously done a lot better on those transition plays, but in the past when they've been able to defeat teams like Northridge, who are very good, they've really had to look to some of that slower paced offense to kind of break through those full court presses.
Yeah, and right there was Arian Smith. That was a good steal for them, but then couldn't finish right there. And good defense there.
And you got to say, that's been the problem all day for Alcott, is just their shooting tonight has been not what they would have desired. Northside have really outshot them percentage-wise, and then also in terms of the number of attempts they've had.
Yeah, I mean, once you get enough volume, it kind of becomes a wash, right? I mean, when you're shooting so many shots, even if your percentages aren't as good, which in this game they actually are much better than Alcott's, but once you get that volume, you love to see that because that's how you win games, just getting shots, because the more shots you have means the better defense you're playing, and Northside's embodied that today.
As here's Wassel. Here's Esteban Vargas now. Vargas looking inside for Litwinski. Litwinski gives away once again, and Alcott will be able to bring the ball back the other way. The layup is good. You gotta say, Alcott have really found themselves a little bit more in that transition play. Trying to set up plays did not work for them earlier in the game. They've actually been able to tighten this game just a tiny bit through that play in transition.
And that was Julian Berman right there. He's been their junior. He's been the best player for them so far today.
Berman wants the ball. Instead, his teammate shoots it. His shot is no good. And Litwinski gets the rebound. Here's Mullins now. Mullins will bring the ball up.
And even with the shot, I'll give credit to number 34. That's Brandon Marvia.
As Fisher couldn't find it. And
as a sub, he basically, we saw him max reps. He usually doesn't get too many minutes, but today he's actually showed out. And you could like to see the fact that he's still playing hard despite, I mean, obviously being done. But you like to see that Alcott's still going there. As a foul there for...
number 11 for Alcott.
That's Julian Berman.
Berman there a little bit frustrated by the decisional whistle. It looked like they had a chance at getting a jump ball as they'd wrapped up Jack Mullins, but instead it's going to be a reach and foul, and Mullins gives it away again. It seems like the fatigue setting in just a little bit for Northside. So they look a little bit less energetic than Alcott does out there. Leads down to 20 here. Still very comfortable with 2 minutes left to play in this one.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just about taking it slow, getting good shots. But now, at this point, I think we can officially say it's pretty much out of reach here.
And that's going to be a foul there on number 5. That's Charlie Fisher.
And going to the line again, that's Marvio right there. Like I said, I mean, he's been getting to the line. So, I mean, when you're a team that's kind of been struggling, doesn't have the rhythm in terms of finishing, getting to the line will be really important. You've seen Alcott start to do that more in the second half, and maybe the JV team can take some tips from that going into the next game.
And they've really been able to find their way to the basket in the fourth quarter and just have a little bit more presence in that transition game that they weren't really able to do earlier in the game. They've definitely looked the best they've looked all game here, as they've gone for small ball, I think, a little bit more than they had earlier. And the next free throw is no good. Rebounded by Litwinski. Here's Esteban Vargas. Almost had it taken away. Manages to hold on to it. Mullins is wide open for 3. Oh, it's in and out. And Litwinski's effort is blocked. Taken back by Vargas. Vargas' 3, no good. And Lewinsky poked it out for a second, but Alcott were able to retain possession, and the mid-range jumper is off the rim. Managed to take it away. Here's Vargas. A minute and a half left. Vargas gets out of trouble. Beats the double team now. Going to drive all the way to the basket, and it's blocked. Rejected there. Alcott hoping to go fast. And they are. There's the easy lay-in.
And so that's now 13 points for Julian Berman. Like I said, he's been leading this team as their upperclassman who's been playing most minutes today. I'd say he started at shooting guard, moved over to point. He's been taking the lead here. As that's another miss right there.
His layup is good, and now this game is getting a whole lot closer. It's 57-42, 45 seconds left. Northside, you got to say, they led by a lot, but a little bit the last game against Sen, they've just struggled in the fourth quarter to hold that big lead.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously they finished with the results they wanted, but I mean, there is a thing about momentum, and I'd say even though the win feels good, you gotta think they want one more shot to go in here today, and to kind of finish and wrap up a really great night.
Yeah, as out on a pretty hefty run right now, and they'll get the ball back. They're hoping to go quick. They're not gonna run out the clock. Here's the jumper, is no good, and Northside are going to run down this one. Here's Jack Mullins. 15 seconds left. And Alcott are going to foul him, I think. Yep. Northside are not in the bonus. Alcott have a couple of fouls to give. So Mullins will inbound, and Northside will look to run down the clock once again.
And that's Julian Berman. That's his 5th foul, so one more foul and he's fouled out. So you got to think that even with this game so far away, he's not going to try to foul again, because that would impact his play time next game.
As Vargas will dribble the game out and pick up the season. You got to say, Pearson, they've just been very dominant at Northside College Prep here.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, you can't really point to one factor why that is, whether it's just having fans behind them, the cheer squad here, having commentary live. I mean, there's a lot of things, and also just kind of being comfortable. I mean, it's really good to see. I think in the past, Northside's been a much better team. They've had much better splits away from home, actually. So it's good to see that they're getting more comfortable here at the school, and you got to love to see that.
And obviously, as conference approaches, Northside will love to ride this momentum that they've here at home into those big-time conference games, especially against teams like Von Steuben and Amundsen that are coming up.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I'd say for this game, for me, I'd say the players of the game have to go. It's probably Matthew Sterniak for me. I mean, he played all around a great game. He was second in rebounds, only to a do, and I'm pretty sure, and he was also second in score, but he was first in steals for this game. He's had a huge impact all across the court, defense and offense. And so, really good game today. Also, I'd say that the seniors led the way as well. Stephen Tran, obviously, taking back a role.
John Brody as well.
Yeah, and so you gotta think they've taken that momentum. I think obviously we've seen the kind of epitome of the season, the capturing moment has been that buzzer beater against Northridge, but I think they've taken that well. They haven't let that get over their heads, and that's just a really great thing to see.
As JV will start to warm up here, we're gonna end our broadcast shortly. Pearson, any final thoughts?
I just say, honestly, just take it into the next one. Obviously, they have another game on Wednesday, like we said. We're here live at 5 once again. I just say it's about momentum. Again, as we said before, some player interviews we've had before the game, they feel pretty confident about these. But even with that, we saw in the fourth quarter here just a little bit of lapsing in, I don't know if it was just judgment or focus, but I'd say that although that was the second unit, you got to think that for the entire team, it's just about playing through the entire game, even though it's such a big lead, and even just playing it maybe a little bit slower, not making the sloppy plays, staying away from the bonus. I think that will help them in future games. Another thing I think this game that's been different, they played really